Hello everyone. With the tower fan going and the ice maker, and I hear a little bit of thunder in the background, I wanted to go ahead and share something with you that's kind of close and dear to me because I'm kind of going through this right now. And let me know in the comments if you are. You live your life a certain way for a period of time and you're used to things going a certain way. And you kind of dream or fantasize of a certain day coming along, and in the back of your mind you really, really want it, but you have no idea when it's going to come. Well, I haven't reached exactly what I wanted yet in my life, but I'm starting to see some of the things that I've been looking for over the past 20, 25 years to come in fruition in small bits and pieces. And sometimes, and I know this sounds really weird, it's one of those situations where you kind of have to pinch or slap yourself. Now, I don't go around pinching and slapping myself, but I'm going to tell you what happens. When I go to bed at night, nowadays, I'll have dreams and whatever the case may be. But as soon as I wake up in the morning, that first moment, I have to familiarize myself as to where I am and what I'm doing, because I'm like, okay, am I really doing this now? This is something I've always wanted to do on my own since the turn of the century. And I've struggled with many different types of, side hustles. Um, I was involved in a partnership with a lady to try to open a flea market. I was involved with cleanup and setup and promotion and everything else with that. Not much came to that. I did eBay for a long time. And on eBay, I sold a lot of things like my old CD collection, which I had 400 of them, and I fetched a pretty penny for that. Anything, textbooks. Um, I started doing Avon. I started selling Avon products, which is very competitive on eBay, right? By the way. I still do Avon from time to time, but I'm not actively selling at this point because of supply chain issues. They've been going on for over a couple of years, and me personally, I haven't stocked up a whole bunch of inventory to keep to the side because I'm not in a position to do that. And also relocating, I would have to establish a brand new customer base all over again. So it's still on the table as to whether or not I want to do that. There's going to have to be a huge enough of a demand to do it. But it served its purpose when it did. I did Mary Kay for a little while until I found out about the situation where you had to order so much inventory just to get started. The product is good because I use some of them now, but the marketing plan just wasn't for me. Because that's the thing I did not want to do, is I did not want to be stuck with a whole bunch of inventory. If I could do the drop shipping directly from the supplier to the person, I prefer to do that. Also, let me see what else I did. There was health tonics that were popular at the time that I was trying to sell. Oh, multi-level marketing, aka pyramid schemes. Those situations there where you buy into the membership to sell, and then after you sell the products, you're supposed to do presentations or convince the customers to get involved as well. You're supposed to get 2 on that level, and then those 2 are supposed to get 2, and then those 4 are supposed to get 2 each, and then those 8, and just keep going up, and with each level you're supposed to get a portion of their commission. But see, that's very difficult. The problem with that is when you get involved in this membership thing, it's automatically you got to pay it every single month. You got to pay it every single month. And the problem is you're depending and putting faith in the people that you recruit to do it every single month. And they're putting faith in the people that they recruit on doing it every single month. That's the hard part. Because with this economy and with situations that happen in life, you don't know. And if they can't make that membership payment and they have a choice between making that and paying rent, guess what that person's going to do? So you will be out of a commission. And it was very time consuming having to go around and set up meetings and even doing it online. Even if you set up a Zoom presentation or whatever, that's still time taken out your day where you literally come out the meeting. You don't know if you're going to get a sign up or not. So you might be sitting there for nothing. There are different products I did that for. Let me see what else I did. Oh, flea market was more successful for me because, I was able to get involved with a wholesale company that did like little figurines and knickknack and home decorations, and I think that company went out of business not too long ago. But I was able to buy it for like between 25 and 30% of wholesale and go out to the flea market and get at least double my return. I did that for a couple of years. And of course, there was a while where I did some bootlegging of my CDs and things like that, and I was making money too. I dodged a bullet with that one. So there were plenty of times I did things on the side to try to make money because I wanted to make my own money. And in a lot of cases, it was survival mode for me. I would either be between jobs or on a layoff or hours reduced or whatever the case may be. So I picked up something on the side just to keep a roof over my head, to be able to, eat and just do basic things. So finally, here comes social media in the year 2000, and it was because I found myself during the lockdown just watching a whole bunch of YouTube videos. And just watching and watching and watching people of different genres, whether they're vlogging or DIY or cooking and things like that. And I'm thinking to myself, these are regular people that are doing videos simply sharing what they know how to do. Be like, they're no better than me. I'd be like, well, why don't I try doing it? So at the time I was involved with the International Walking Club where they had different trails all over the place. And for those of you who haven't gone to my channel, the PeachyPathfinder, look up some of the old trail videos that are there. I'm going to start doing the trails again in September now that I've relocated to another state. And my first walk will be in Savannah, but it's going to be after Labor Day. So keep an eye out for that in September. And I'll start doing my trails. But right now the heat wave is just a little bit too bad for me to be out there for 2 or 3 hours. But that's coming back. And I noticed, I was like, you know what, I've got a cell phone. Why don't I just take people with me and show me about the trails to kind of promote fitness walking in your own neighborhood and be part of an organization that has has lists in every state of places where you can go, where you can walk through the city, walk through the neighborhood, walk through parks and everything else, get your steps in, get your fitness in and everything else. And that's when I started doing the videos. And it took me a while, but I finally got monetized, I want to say about 2 years later. Yeah, it was about 2 years later. And then the year after that, in 2022, I started sharing some of my testimony of some of my life, journal entries and things like that on Instagram, and developed quite a following there. And a lot of the people were saying, why don't you go on YouTube and try there? And that's when Regurt came along. I started posting on Regurt in 2023, and I just started moving some of my pre-recorded videos over there, and now I'm able to do it every single day, and here we are. And just last year, before Christmas, I started doing the food because a lot of people would talk about my recipes and how you go out to different places to eat. And I started vlogging that as well. So here comes Gerda's Gastro World. But I say this to say this. It wasn't an overnight process for me to find something that works for me to my specifications. Am I balling out of control? No way. Am I receiving 6-figure income? Not yet. Am I receiving 4 and 5 figures a month from YouTube? Not yet, but I'm almost there. But that's not the goal. The goal is for me to share my life with you guys in some way, form, or fashion. And it takes a lot of planning and a lot of energy, but I enjoy doing it. Even though I am retired from working as a customer service representative for an organization, I'm not retired from life. I'm still working. So in addition to doing the videos and the content, I'm spreading it among other platforms. I'm doing my coaching now. I have more time to do that. And these are things that I wanted to do, but when I was working my job, because of my schedule, it was hard for me to even plan for anything, let alone just clear my head enough to do them. And I can do them now. So now that I have done that, and that's primarily because I chose to relocate and go back to a place where I knew it was going to be less financial pressure on me, and also it's going to be safer and be around people that have more care and concern for me. I had friends back in Virginia where I lived, yes, but they were not all of my family. My family is here in Georgia, and I'm okay with that. Now, am I saying it's okay for you to move back home? I don't know. Would it be okay for you? To have that support system, knowing that you can work together on things, that you can, come together in a crisis, that you can support each other. You need that on a constant basis when you're involved in anything. And it makes a difference when you're trying to pursue any type of business endeavor or educational endeavor. You need full support all the time. It's not going to be easy sometimes, but you need that support. So sometimes when I go to bed at night, I sleep well. And when I wake up in the morning, just for a couple of minutes, I have to ask myself, am I here? Am I in the place where I can be, where I can go full throttle? And then I look around and be like, yeah, you're here, you're doing this. And this was the moment of solitude that I've been looking for over 25 years. And I've got that. All the other stuff, the increase in volume and the subscribers and the money and all that stuff, I know it's going to come later on at some point, form or fashion. But like I said, in all of my videos, most of them, if I could only help one person with my experience, see, it's the messages for me. Because I look around and I go out in this world, and there are a lot of people that are in pain. And a lot of them are in pain because they feel they cannot express themselves, or they don't know how to express themselves. They don't know what to do about their problems. They don't know where to go. And they think that they're all alone and that they're the only one going through it. And the truth is they're not. You'd be surprised how many people are in the same position that you're in right now. And all they need is another voice to validate what's going on with them. Is not something that they just came up with. And that there's actually a temporary situation. It'll be over with soon enough. The struggle will be over eventually. You got to know that there's somebody out there that feels and thinks the same way you do. That comfort in knowing that you're not going crazy by doing these things, by going out on a limb. Because that might be the only thing that'll keep you going. So I kind of hope this brings a little clarity as to my journey and what's going on. And I use that as an example to let you know that if you're one of those people like me that finally woke up years later after the struggle, and you have to just take a few minutes in the morning as soon as you open your eyes to ask yourself if it's real, you're not alone. I'm the same way right now. And like I said, I've even got more work to do now than I did when I was working on the channel before. You've noticed it with my production. I'm producing more because I'm free in the mind now. And you can't replace that. So I kind of hope this helps somebody. Have a great day, and peace to you all.